weapon, fire it up. It's time to light the fuse.
It's time to light a fuse. Really light fire. Yeah. Right, rearranging, we're bringing the heat. Burning rubber and mics, got you up out your seat. Life live on the track or the digital stream. We don't chase views, we chase dreams. From the dirt to the asphalt, throttle stays wide. Every lap we broadcast, it's a hell of a ride. Yeah, Facebook Live and that YouTube screen. Tune in now, it's a high octane scene. Tires spinning, fans grinning. Right rear's live, and we ain't quitting. Right rear racing, we ain't playing. Start your engines, bleeding souls high. Right rear racing, we ain't playing. Start your engines, it's show time. Start your engine!
And welcome back, race fans, to Right Rear Racing, as tonight is the season opener for the Front Runner Racers League. Tonight, the drivers will take on Daytona as they just finished up their practice session, and we're going to go into our qualifying. And Dale Slides is going to make it out on the track first in that 76 machine. As we take a look at Dale Slides here. And it doesn't appear that my audio for the... And there's the... Now we finally hear some cars as Dale Slides goes down the back straightaway and tries to pick up... I'm sorry, he's still in the turn there. This is the Front Runners Racing League season opener for the ARCA series as we follow along with the 76 of Dell Slides down the back straightaway. And for the series, we're going to have a few teams out there. You're going to have the compound racing. You're going to have the fast house racing, back markers racing, Who Me Motorsports, New School Motorsports, Vanguard Motorsports, Old School Motorsports, Drinking Bros Racing, the Right Rear Racing Team, and the Basement Dwellers Racing Team. That's going to be your teams for racing for the team points. And they're also racing for individual points. And Justin, I'm doing good tonight for Monday. And kind of give you the rundown on the schedule. We're going to be running every Monday until October is what the schedule looks like. It's going to be a 16 race series. And we have the opener tonight here at Daytona. We're going to North Wilkesboro next week, followed by Richmond, Darlington, Bristol, the Legacy, Kentucky, South Boston, Pocono, Talladega, Lime Rock, Thompson, New Hampshire, Iowa, Portland, Auto Club, and we round out the series at Las Vegas. Now we go back to the racing action here. You got Michael in that 12 machine. He's going to be your quick time currently. And as soon as I say that, Tyler Barnett in that 13 machine is going to set your quick time as your best times up there in the middle of your screen now as well, over on the left-hand side of your screen. I think we have anywhere from 24 to 26 drivers with everyone qualifying right now and jump up and down. I can't figure it all out exactly here. And it looks like we have 26. And your quick time still is going to be Tyler Barnett in that 13 machine as he placed a 51.56, or I'm sorry, a 51.50 on the leaderboard. And Brandon Meyer is going to be jumping up to the front of the board with a 51.48, followed by Nicholas Moffitt with a 51.49, as these two drivers, I believe, have another lap to go around. And still to qualify is Luke Wagner, Tyler Peters, and Peter Stewart. And Luna Albright is going to jump up to the front with a 51.42. And tonight's racing action is going to be 70 laps. And Susie, I'm going to apologize for the last time that I broadcast. I know that I messed up and didn't have the comments out there for you. And Tyler Peters did get a lap in and went up to the 15th qualifying spot. And for your tonight's main event, if I can find someone out there. Starting the pole is going to be the number 4 of Luna Albright. On the outside is going to be Brandon Meyer in that 71 machine. Inside row number 2 has James Zangi in that 10 machine. Nicholas Moffitt in the 33 on the outside. Tyler Barnett's going to be inside row number 3 in that 13 machine. On his outside is going to be the number 12 of Michael Ponder Jr. Inside row number 4 has Jackson Sensible and Craig Parks on his outside. Inside row number 5, we have Peter Stewart in the 91 machine, and on his outside is going to be Abraham in the 84. Inside row number 6, it's going to be Corey Harville in the 92, and Terrence Murphy on his outside in the 5. In row 7, this is going to be the number 11 of Brandon Valentine on the inside. On his outside is going to be Michael Durham Jr. in that 00. Inside row number 6 is going to be, I'm sorry, not 6. That's row number 8 of Tyler Peters in the 81. On his outside is going to be Troy Nissen nice, in the 19. Inside row number 9 is going to be the 56 of Joshua. And on his outside is going to be Dale Slides, and that he's in the 76 machine. Inside row number 10 is going to be the 67 of Ty Dickinson. And Dustin is going to be on his outside in that 16 machine. Inside row number 11 is going to be Jordan in the 32 machine. And on his outside is going to be Logan Perryman in the 42. And the last row has I think that's the last row is going to be Luke Wagner in the 22. And Charles in the 26 on his outside. And and the last row is going to be Tyler in the 29 and Bobby Dennis in the 68. And these drivers are coming out now. And they're going to go down the back straightaway as the pace car lights are off. Again, I come from dirt, so I see the pace truck most of the time, as this is the ARCA series with the pace car here, led by the number 4 of Lona Albright. As they go into turn number 3 there. Stacked up and ready to go and put the first laps in for the season opener for the Front Runners Racer League. The pace car pulls in. As they go into the trioval here at the start zone, they're getting the green flag, and we're underway here for the opener at the Daytona Speedway here, and we're going to have contact in the back with someone lagging out. It looks like they're lagging out or something back there. We're going to find out what's happening, as they're still going to be drafting here going into 1. And I've seen the 76 or the 67 kind of going back and forth. They're both running the same paint scheme. And we're going to go back up towards the front here, as the front pack was up here with Lona Albright still in the front, followed by the 10 of James. As you see them come out of the turn here. Going to find a good angle of it, as we're probably going to go on board with Brandon Valentine, and that's the number 11 this early on in the race here. As we go on board with the number 11 of Brandon Valentine. He's right behind the number 92. You see everyone all stacked up, still drafting early on in the race as we are only one lap in as they go down the back straightaway. Still 2 by 2. Coming out of 4 down into the tri-oval. And Linus went up to that high side groove there with the 71 of Brandon. Go to the low side groove, still being pushed by the 10 on the low side and the 33 on the high side. As the field comes down the back straightaway for the second time. And the last car of this pack here, I believe, is going to be the 56 of Joshua. And that he's running in the 15th spot as the last 10 spots, 10, 11 spots are coming back up, and they're packed behind these drivers here. And they're still getting that draft going. We're going to go back there with the backpack and see what's happening back there. As we come in on it here, let's backpack has the 22, the 29 running side by side with the 42, and the 12 right, or I'm sorry, the 2 right behind him. And we're getting some lane changes back there. As it looks like we might have 4 drivers out or on the pits, or in the pits there, as try to find them. And they made a pit stop to clear their black flags because they got black flags early on in this race. And it's still too early in this 70-lap race here at Daytona, as the 71 gives room for the number 12 of Michael Ponder. And we're going to go 3 wide now as the 24 is going to look in the middle and squeeze in front of the number 4 there. And the 81 of Tyler Peters is going to move into your second position as the bottom groove looks like it's going. And we're going to have some contact with the 81 right there in the front bunch, and that should bring out your first caution of the night as the wreck is in the back straightaway there on lap number 5 here. And as these drivers are all making their way into the pits to get repaired, we're going to go back and take a look at what happened there. I see the damage on some of these drivers' front ends. And here we go on board with the 33 of Nicholas Buffett. You see the 81 hits the outside wall. The 33, we're going to try to get it farther out. Now everyone should be bunched back up once again. And we're going to hear from the 81 here momentarily. I believe. As they're getting fixed, we're going to go over your lineup now with Michael Ponder in that 12 machine leading the field, followed by the 71 of Brandon Meyer. Tyler Barnett in the 13s is third. Jackson in the 57s and 4th. Abraham in the 84s 5th. And 6th is going to be Peter Stewart. And 7th is going to be Corey Harville. And 8th is number 11 of Brandon Valentine. And ninth is Joshua. And in 10th is going to be Bobby Dennis. As everyone looks like they're going into the pits, but the number 12 of Michael Ponder has stayed out. And I believe that is Brandon Valentine that stayed out as well. Bobby Dennis is there, followed by Luke Wagner. And we have Ty Dickinson moving up into the 5th position as everyone's made a pit stop here, and Dale Slides has moved up into 6th with the early pit stop strategy going on. As we take a look down pit lane, you see all these drivers pulling out. There's some with no noses, and that's going to be the number 10 of James that had no nose on his car. As you take another look at him right there, coming off the pit lane. And that was Tyler Peters in that 81 machine that hit the outside wall. To bring out that first caution of the night. And Tyler Peters is a part of the Vanguard Motorsports team. So since everyone's came out of the pits, they're going to go green flag racing next time around. To give you a rundown here, it's going to be Michael Ponder in that 12, the number 11 of Brandon Valentine, Bobby Dennis in the 68, Luke Wagner in the 22 is going to be sitting 4th, and Dale Slides in 5th with Ty Dickinson in 6th. Tyler Barnett in that 13 machine, he's going to be sitting 7th. I'm guessing he's 8th. And Corey Harvell and Jackson in the 57 and Joshua in the 56. That's going to be your top 10 currently. In that 68 machine of Bobby Dennis that I keep calling out, he is going to be car number 2 sitting there on the inside row number 2. As they go into turn 3 here, they're waiting for that pace car to pull off and get to the start zone to get the green flag once again here. Again, if you haven't done so yet, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, hit the follow one, and share this broadcast as well with all your family and friends. As we come off for the pace car is going to pull off here, and the 12 of Michael Ponder, he's waiting for that start zone. He's within that start zone area, and he's going to hit that loud pedal once again. We're underway here at Daytona with the second green flag of the day. As the 2 gives the 12 a good push here as they go into turn number 1, followed by the 67 of Ty Dickinson. And on his outside is going to be Dale Slides in that 76 machine. And in front of Dale is going to be the number 22 of Luke Wagner. And leading the outside row is going to be number 11 of Brandon Valentine. That inside row looks like it's getting a good run here as they go down the back straightaway. As Michael Ponder's out there by himself, and here comes the 2 making a charge, and the 22 is going to look inside of the 11 to make it 3 wide there momentarily. And the 11 has no one there as the 67 and the 76 are going to run side by side. Here comes the 57 down low as well, and right in front of Ty is going to be the number 2, or the 68 of Bobby Dennis. And here comes Ty Dickinson trying to get a good run and get in front of the 22 and secure that 3rd position. As we go down the back straightaway, once again, all the drivers got a better start here as everyone's all bunched up now. And your top 3 right now is going to be Michael Ponder, followed by Bobby Dennis in the 68, and Ty Dickinson in that 67. As they made a single car lane there for your top 3 drivers. And right behind your top 3 drivers is going to be Luke Wagner, as Luke Wagner just comes down to the bottom lane there. And on the inside, and here comes the 22 back on the outside lane, and the 57 is going to take over that bottom lane and try to make a pass on the 22 of Luke Wagner, as Luke Wagner's getting pushed by Dell Slides in that 76 machine. It looks like bottom lane is in so far. And here comes Ty Dixon looking down low. And we got another one passing out there on the outside. That's going to be 76 of Dell Slides. And we're going to have contact between the 22 and 91. We're going to go back there with them and see what's happening. As you see everyone all bunched up right there on your screen. We're going to go try to take another look at what happened there. And we'll try to find where they wrecked at on here. As the wreck already happened right there, we're going to find where it happens at correctly. As we go on board with 91, you see the 22 kind of comes down and everyone's all right there. And so we have 3 cars that we know, 4, 5, 6, probably about 7 car pileup right there, and that's going to bring out your second caution of the night. As we're only 12 laps in tonight's event. Michael Ponder still out in front, followed by Bobby Dennis, Ty Dickinson, Jackson Semsel, and Dell Slides for your top 5. Abraham's going to be sitting 6th, Brandon Valentine in 7th, Tyler Barnett in the 13 machine is going to be 8th, Tyler DeTalent in 9th, and Joshua rounds out your top 10. As you see the 24 car there making around the pace car there, as he is going to be your lucky dog. We're going to go take a look down pit lane here and see if anyone's there. No. Yeah, no one's in pit lane. As I'm sure some of these drivers might come in for a pit stop now, as they did last time. So we're only 13 laps into your 70-lap main event here. looking at the teams, kind of give you a rundown with them. The compound racing is going to be Tyler Barnett and John Barnett, with Brandon Valentine as well. And then Fat House Racing is Blake, Tyler DeTalent, and Corey Harville. Back Marcus Racing, that's going to be Jackson, Abe, and Peter Stewart. Who Me Motorsports is Bobby Dennis, Brandon Meyer, and Dustin. For your New School Motorsports, that's going to be Michael Ponder and Trent Johns. For the Vanguard Motorsports, that's going to be Luke Wagner, Tyler Peters, and Diaz. And then for your Old School Motorsports, that's going to be Virgil and Michael Durham. And the pace car lights are off, so we're going to go racing next time around as they are led down the back straightaway by Michael Ponder. For your Drinking Bros racing team is going to be Eric Stewart and Craig Parks. And for your right rear racing team, that's going to be Ty Dickinson in the 67 and Dale Slides in the 76. And for your last team for tonight, or last team of the series, is going to be Basement Dwellers Racing, and that's going to have James, Jordan, and Nick Moffitt on that team. As they go into turn number 3 there, coming off 4. Michael Ponder is going to lead us to the green flag once again here with the 68 of Bobby Dennis on his outside. As the pace car pulls off, we're waiting for that start zone area, and we're in the start zone and back underway here at Daytona with the 68 and the 12 leading the field down this flyover, down the front straightaway. Here comes the 12 looking down, or I'm sorry, that's the 68 looking down low and cutting off the 12. And Bobby Dennis is going to try to take the lead here with a 57 of Jackson on his outside. As the pack's still right there, and no one, as you see him go down the back straightaway, we're going to have the outside lane moving a little bit as the 84 of Abram moves up there, as well as the 13 of Tyler Barnett. As they come off 4 and down the front, entering the tri-oval area, it's going to be Jackson in that 57 machine leading the race now, with the 13 of Tyler Bennett trying to make a pass on the outside. As they go into turn number 1, the outside lane seems like it's pushing a little bit harder now. As the 13 of Tyler Bennett takes the lead, he's gone back down to the bottom. And the 56 of Joshua, he's going to try to stay up there on the outside and get pushed by the 00 of Michael Durham. We are now 17 laps in, starting on lap number 18 here. Everyone's kind of settling in once again with the 56 of Joshua taking over the lead. And it seems like once you get pushed on the outside, you go straight down to the bottom to try to get that run down on the bottom in these cars. And we're going to go with your... We're going to go with Bobby Dennis back there, your early one that led us to the green flag here. We're going to go on board with him. If I can find the right button here. Here we go. We're on board with Bobby Dennis in the 68 machine. As Bobby's in a Toyota. Here, as you see him go down the back straightaway. As he comes off forward, gets a good run, has let off so that way he doesn't get into the back of the 84 of Abram. I've been saying his name wrong the whole time. I'm just going to call the 84 of Abe, as I'm realizing that I'm saying his name all wrong here. Sorry about that. And as I'm back there, we're going to have a new leader here with the number 19 of Troy and the 22 of Luke Wagner, who's caught up in that early wreck. He's made his way back to the front. And on his outside is going to be the 71 of Brandon Meyer. As they go down the back straightaway. I'm sorry, this is the tri-oval. Got confused there as well. As we're 20 laps into this event with 50 laps remaining, and the 19 car there of Troy is going to blink out just a little bit as the bottom line is getting going here once again early on with Luke Wagner, Troy, and Michael Durham all on the bottom side. The 71 is going to be sitting fourth, and he's on the outside getting pushed by the number 92 of Corey. And right below the 71 is going to be the number 56 of Joshua. As you see them go into the tri-oval. Once again, here comes the 76. That's going to be Dell Slides coming up there and pushing the 92 as well. And the 71 goes down to the bottom lane there as he got the push on the outside and took over the lead. And the 22 is going to go back out to the outside right in front of the number 92 as they go down the back straightaway. And he's going to get a good push here as they go into turn number 3. As they come off for the and enter the tri-oval, the 22 is going to get a good push here again from the number 92 of Corey. And Luke's going to maintain the lead here at the line. But here comes the 71. Still down low. That low line's getting that better run going into 1, but coming off 4, it seems like it's the high side, making the momentum. And so now it's going to be the 71, the 19, and the 00 on the bottom lane. With the 56 of Joshua coming into the picture there and they're trying to break away from the outside groove. As everyone's kind of settling in here and going to get some laps in, we should have a good, interesting finish here tonight with the 70-lap main event. And we're going to hear from your top 3 drivers after this as well. Field still led by the 71 of Brandon Meyer, followed by Troy in that 19 machine, and the 00 of Michael Durham, as they're kind of getting a little bit of distance between them in the field, and right behind them, they're going to be 3 wide here momentarily. And that's going to be Joshua in the 56, the 22, and the 92, as the 22 is in the middle of the groove there. The 76 is going to push the number 92 up there on the top side. The 22 is in the middle of no man's land. No one's coming down to help him out there. And that's going to be the 22 of Luke Wagner. And he's going to be getting caught up with the number 32 there. Hits the outside wall and see if a caution comes out. We're going to go back up here towards the front. And we're staying green here. As the 71 is leading the field, followed by the 19, the 00, Corey. As soon as I say that, the 56 is going to take over your fourth position. And Tyler Barnett is getting into your top 5 here as the bottom side is going. Corey's fell back. He's going down to the bottom. And Dell Slides is going to be the first car on the outside. And he's going to be right behind the 57 and the 84. As he's sitting in 7th position now. He's getting, and Dell Slides is going to get pushed by the 16 of Dustin. And this time at the line, we are 26 laps in. You see him there going 3 wide. That's going to be the 84, the 68, and the 17. And right in front of them, the 42 is trying to get that middle groove going. That's going to be Logan. As he's trying to make a pass on the 16 machine. As they're 3 wide, that's the 16, the 42, and the 84. As the bottom side is where you want to be at, is what it looks like from all the momentum that they're getting on the bottom. And Dell Slides is going to be sitting in your 10th position, 11th position, as all these other drivers are getting that bottom side going. Kind of go up to the front again. Brandon Meyer, he's going to be still leading the field in the 71 machine, followed by Troy. And that number 19, the 00 of Michael Durham, is in 3rd. And 4th is going to be Joshua. And 5th is going to be Tyler Barnett in that 13 machine. And 6th is going to be the 57 of Jackson. The 84 of Abe, he's going to be in 7th. Corey in the 92 is going to be 8th with Tyler D-Talent. And that number 29 machine, he's going to be sitting 9th as he's on the inside row there. And then the first car out on the outside is going to be Dell Slides, and that's 76. As everyone's kind of settling in still. I know I mentioned that multiple times, but see them all settling in. But here comes the 76. The outside lane is getting a good push now here, with the 76 getting a good charge and moving back up into your top 5. Pushed by the number 16 of Dustin and the 17 of Craig. Excuse me there. As the pack will be entering lap traffic here, probably about, I seen lap traffic up there earlier, so they might be entering lap traffic here soon. But they're still quite a ways away, I think. Yeah, you see lap traffic on your screen at the bottom of the screen there. And the field's still led by the 71 of Brandon. And you see that outside charge, outside lane charge into the tri-oval area. As the 19 is pushing hard on the 71 as they go into the tri-oval. The 76 is getting a good push. He's trying to take over the lead from Brandon. As they go down the back straightaway, the top side got a good push. Dale Slides is going to take the lead momentarily, but as they go into 3, he's going to come down to the bottom of the lane and take the lead away from Brandon Meyer. And here comes that lap traffic right now. That's going to be the 81 and the 10 being lap traffic. Oh, and there's another one on the inside there. And that's going to change things up right here as they go 3 wide with lap traffic, the 71, or I'm sorry, the 76 of Dale Slides, followed by the 16 of Dustin. They're going to be your top 2 runners now with 31 laps down, starting lap number 32. Craig Parks, he's made his way up there to the 3rd position with Brandon Meyer in 4th. And here comes Dustin on the outside getting pushed by the 17. And here comes on the outside, they're going to be 3 wide. And that's going to be the 67 and the 17, making it 3 wide with Troy in that number 19. And we got 1 rubbing the wall there, and that's going to be the number 42. That's Logan Perryman. Now the number 68 of Bobby Dennis, he jumps in front of Ty Dixon and gets that outside going as well. We're going to go back up to your front here as the 76 of Dale Slides is still in the lead, followed by Troy in that 19 machine. The 00 of Michael Durham is going to be battling out for 3rd. We got the 16 bobbling there into the tri-oval area. We're going to go back a little bit in the field here. Try to get a wider view. As you see, the 42's in the middle there with the 71 on the outside. The 42 is going to come down in front of the 84 of Abe and try to get back into that groove down there as the bottom side is taken off once again. And we're starting our pit stops now. They're going to be under green. As the leader of Dale Slides is going to be making a pit. The 56 is going to be pitting. As they're pitting, the Troy and that 19 machine is going to take over the lead, followed by Michael Durham. As the 16 is going to get that outside going. As they go down the back straightaway, once again, the 19 of Troy is going to get that bottom side going into 3. As we are now starting lap number 35 here. Or I'm sorry, we're just now finishing up lap 35, starting lap number 36. We are halfway through with tonight's event. You see these guys pulling off the pits. Out of pit lane there. See all these different pit strategies come into play here. As the 00 gets pushed by the 19. That's your top 3 right now. That's going to be Troy, Michael, and Craig. And right behind them is going to be Dustin and Tyler running side by side. That I just see the field, the packs kind of spread out just a little bit since there were a few that pitted there. As Tyler is going to secure that 4th position and try to reel in those top 3. And Jackson in that 57 machine, he's going to try to get that bottom side going. And sorry, Jackson lagged out there as we try to find the pack once again. And Troy's moved up 19 spots momentarily. As with, I know it's going to change, but he is going to be your current hard charger. And as soon as I say that, the 42 of Logan has moved up 16 spots, so he's your current hard charger. But then again, we are still early in this race with everyone still needing to make pit stops and everything like that as well. So we will not call out the early hard charger anymore, because every time I do that, they get the announcer's curse and end up wrecking. As Troy still leads the field. Michael Durham in that 00, Craig Parks in the 17, Tyler Barnett, Dustin is going to be running out your top 5, Logan in that 42 machine, he's going to be 6th, and Brandon Meyer in 7th. 7 cars right here on top of each other, still drafting. And right behind them should be the 84 of Abraham. Corey in the 92. Tyler DeTalent in the 29 rounds out your top 10. And then we have Luna Albright in 11th. Followed by Peter Stewart in the 91. Nicholas Moffitt in the 33 is 13th. Brandon Valentine will be rounding out your top, or rounding out 15th. As starting at position number 15, they are all a lap down, but they still have to make pits. Brandon Meyer in that 71 machine is going to make a pit stop as well, as you see him coming down, as those drivers are going to be getting their laps back during all these green flag pit stops. As we are now 30 laps remaining in your main event here. And we still have 6 cars here, as everyone else has made pit stops. And I believe these drivers made the early pit stop on lap number 5, if I'm not mistaken. Still led by the number 19 of Troy. Michael Durham, Craig Parks, Tyler Barnett, Logan, and Abraham. Sorry, Logan. And then I believe that's Bobby Dennis in that 68 machine. He's 1 lap down. He's going to be sitting in position number 13. As they come to the start-finish line for complete lap number 42, start lap number 43. Still led by Troy with Michael Durham. And Craig Parks for your top 3. Sorry, sitting there watching the races there for a little bit. As the 19 blinks out just a little bit, we're going to have more pitting here. I believe the 00 and the 42 should be making pit stops. As you see the 00 coming down and then the 42 coming down as well. They're both going to make pit stops here. That's going to move Craig Parks up into your second position and Tyler Barnett in third. Abraham in the 84 back here. He's going to be in fourth. And Corey right behind him is fifth. And sixth in this pack here is going to be Tyler DeTalent. Then we have Luna Albright right here in the 4 machine. This is going to be seventh. The 91 right behind Luna is going to be Peter in 8th with Nicholas Moffitt in the Iowa car there. And then number 33 is going to be 9th. And Michael Durham in the pit stops. He's currently sitting 10th. Well, Logan came out first, so he's going to be moved up to the 10th spot. Listen to the comms, it sounds like your top 3 drivers are going to make a pit stop this time around. And 13 decided to stay out there and take the lead right here with Abraham in the 84 in second with the 92 of Corey. With the 29 of Tyler DeTalent. That's going to be your top 4 drivers currently. '84s. Everyone's going to be. This bunch should be pitting this time around. As you see the 13 and the 29 pull down, the 84 is going to pull down the 92 as well. We're going to go back to Luna Albright as the top 4 had made a pit stop. Here comes Luna with the 76 and the 67 right there in front of him. As Dale and Ty, they're the last cars on the lead lap. And with these pit stops, everyone's going to be shuffling in and out all the way around the track. Luna followed by the 91 of Peter Stewart and the 33 of Nicholas Moffitt, sorry. And in 5th is going to be on the tracker right now is Abraham in the 84 as he's coming off. 13 of Tyler is going to make his pit stop and come back out in 4th position. As we come back here to the back, Tyler Barnett in the 13 machine is going to be 4th. Abraham in the 84 is going to be in the 5th position. 92 is going to be right behind him. And Tyler DeTalent is going to be in 7th. And we go back up to the front, as I believe they have not made pit stops yet. I see Luna coming down to make a pit stop, followed by Peter and Nicholas Moffitt, the 42. Oh, sorry, that's going to be Tyler Barnett, most likely taking the lead after that pit stop strategy. And those 3 cars are pulling off pit road, and Tyler and the rest of this pack here should be making the pass here. And that's going to be Tyler Barnett in the 13, the 84 of Abraham, and followed by the 29 of Tyler the Talent. I hit the wrong button there, sorry about that. As it's still the 13, 84, 29, followed by the 42, the 00, and the 16. The 16 has been trying to get that high side going all night, and he's getting pushed by the 71 of Brandon Meyer. Now the 92 goes out to the outside too. That's going to be Corey trying to help out the outside. And they're going to have lap traffic on the outside groove lane there. As we watch them go down the back straightaway, Tyler's leading the field. They go 3 wide with the lap traffic and keep it all clear. As the number 16 of Dustin's going to get a good run on the high side and come up there and try to battle it out for the lead once again, as we have 20 laps remaining in this event. As they go side by side up here on your lead pack with the 16, 71, 92, and 19 all running the high side. And down low you have Tyler, the 13, the 84, the 29, the 42, the 00, and the 17. It's going to be your top 10 drivers right here on the screen. And now Tyler's going to try to make the lane change to go to the outside. As soon as he does that, he's in no man's land in the middle. And we'll have lap traffic on the bottom of the lane. Here comes the 84 going up high. And we're going to have contact with him and Tyler, the Talent. And that's going to bring out the third caution of the night. And we're going to take another look at that there. As we take another look, the 29. That going to be bring out the third caution. We're taking another look at it there. See it there once again. And that was right there with the lead pack of your top 10. And Tyler the Talent's going to take over the lead, followed by Tyler Barnett. Brandon Meyer, Dustin's got tangled up. As you see, he has no nose there. That's Michael Durham going to be fourth in that 00. Craig Parks in the 17. The 71 of Brandon Meyer. As all these early drivers, a lot of these drivers are coming in. The first one that's going to stay out is going to be Troy in that 19 machine, followed by the number 33 of Nicholas Moffitt. The 68 of Bobby Dennis is going to stay out as well. And Michael Ponder and Charles as well stays out for your top 5 that have stayed out on the track. That was your 3rd caution of the night. We're going to see if someone's... We're going to hear from Virgil. And we do have the 42 driver here. Virgil, kind of explain what happened from your standpoint there, being in that wreck.
Well, the 22 just was a lap down. We all tried to go up. Looks like the leader might have got clipped, I guess, and possibly came back. And I got clipped in the back left. Totally shifted the whole rear end off its balance there. And I don't know. The boys are in the garage right now trying to get it fixed, but hopefully we can probably try to get back out there and get that DeWalt Outlaw graphics car back out there and try to finish the race.
Yes, sir. Hopefully we see that car back out there, and we're in the closing 15 laps here. Hopefully get back out there and get more laps.
Yep.
And I'll let you get back to the garage and get it fixed there, man.
All right. Thank you.
Yep. As the 19 car of Troy is going to be leading us down the back straightaway with a 33 of Nicholas Moffitt on his outside. As the lights are off, and it's going to be the 19 of Troy, 33 of Nicholas, the 26 of Charles, the 68 of Bobby, and the 26 is going to be the number 40, and the 68 is going to be car number 2 currently. As they're led into the tri-oval, the pace car pulls off, led by the number 19 of Troy. And they're in that restart zone, and Troy's going to lead us back under green. As the field bunches up here, I believe everyone is back on the lead lap, as we have 18 drivers on the lead lap. We're going to have contact between the 2 and the 33 as they get composure here and go through 1 and 2. The outside lane moved up there was Troy, and here comes the 68 of Bobby Dennis down low, getting pushed by the number 12 of Michael Ponder. We're going to have contact between the 33 and the 19 there. That's as they make contact with the outside wall. And moving up into third is going to be Tyler Barnett, followed by Tyler DeTalent and Abraham. And the 84 is going to round out your top 5, followed by the number 11 of Brandon Valentine. Ty Dickinson has moved up to the 7th position, and Dell Slides in 8th. Then we have Charles in the 26 machine, or the 40 right there for the 9th. And if rounding out your top 10 currently is going to be Brandon Meyer and the 71. As we go back up to the front of the field here, we see Tyler Barnett and that 13 machine trying to get the outside lane going as they go down the back straightaway. And Tyler's going to get the momentum there, being pushed by Tyler. A pair of Tylers there on the outside. As it's going to be the 13 of Tyler Barnett and Tyler DeTalent taking over your first and second spots. The 84 of Abraham is going to be sitting in third. As Ty Dickinson and Dale Slides, they go to the bottom side. They're going to try to make a pass on the 29 and the 84. And here comes Tyler Barnett coming down to the bottom side. Tyler, the talent's going to be on the outside still. The 67 and the 76 are pushing the 13 down on the bottom side. And here comes Ty trying to get the outside lane going and make a pass on Tyler Barnett. As Tyler Barnett's being pushed by Dell Slides. We're going to have contact there. See the 13 of Tyler Barnett. It's coming back into the field, and everything looks like everyone's smoothed out. Ty Dixon's going to take over the lead, followed by Tyler DeTalent, Abraham in the 84 in third, and the 26 or the 40 car right there. That's going to round out your top four. The 33 of Nicholas Moffitt rounds out your top five, and the 76 of Dell Slides in sixth. As the 33 jumps to the outside, and Dell Slides is going to be up there helping push and try to get a good run here in the trial as we have 11 laps remaining here. As we go down the back straightaway, led by Ty Dickinson, Tyler DeTalent, and Abraham for your top three. As the bottom side is coming in, still there. The 00 is down there. Here comes Tyler Barnett jumping to the outside lane. I believe that was Tyler Barnett there. And it definitely was Tyler Barnett that jumped up to the outside lane, right behind the 76 of Dell Slides. And with 10 laps remaining, Ty Dixon, Tyler DeTalent, the 84 of Abraham, the 26 or the 40 right there of Charles, followed by the number 19 on the outside of Troy, but Michael Durham's not going to let that outside lane get a good run here and try to get his fifth position back. As we go 3-4 wide back there momentarily, as you see the 13 car run on the middle side. Here comes the 33, 19, and the 76 up high, scraping the wall a little bit, as now they're going to go 3 wide, and we're going to have contact right there, and that was the 24. As you see the contact right there, we're going to go take another look at that. As we take a look, we have contact right there in front between Michael Durham and the 40 machine, and then just ends up looping everyone around a little bit there. We're going to take another look at it again. And I believe that was Dell Slides and Tyler Barnett barely escaped that accident there. So with Looks like it's 8 laps remaining here. It's the 67 of Ty Dickinson, followed by Tyler DeTalent, Abraham in the 84 machine. Troy in the 19 is going to be in fourth. Tyler Barnett is going to round out your top 5. Nicholas Moffitt is going to be in sixth, and Dell Slides in seventh. In eighth, we have Brandon Valentine in the number 11 machine, and the 26 of Charles, followed by the 00 of Michael Durham. That's going to round out your top 10 here currently, as things are probably going to change. And we're going to hear from the 22 of Luke Wagner.
Yeah.
And we have Luke Wagner in the 22 machine that was just involved in that wreck. Man, kind of walk us through what happened right there.
So the leaders said that they were coming up on me. They said they're going to take high. So, me being 11 laps down, I went down to the bottom to give them that high side. They all decided to come low on me and then jolt up and jump back down. And when they did, they got into me. And, from there, the rest is history. Got spun around and called it a night.
And the wreck that you were involved in was the one with lap traffic, not the big one that just happened here in the closing 10 laps, just so that way everyone is clear about that one.
Correct. That was the one with when all the leaders were coming up on me.
And notice that after that wreck, you weren't able to get the car back out. Hopefully you get a better run next week. And get better.
Looking forward to North Wilkesboro next week. Me and Peter's got some plans that we got running up for, getting up front and staying out of these malicious drivers that just can't run at all.
And it's going to happen at super speedways, man.
Yeah.
And hopefully you have a good one and we'll catch you here next week.
Indeed, my goal is not to be with you in the infield care center next week, but up there in that broadcast for the top 1, 2, and 3.
Yes, sir. You have a good night, man.
You as well.
As they should be getting the one to go signal next time around. Led by the 67 of Ty Dixon, Tyler DeTalent on his outside. The 84 of Abraham, followed by, I think that's the 19 right there of Troy. Tyler Barnett is going to be rounding out your top 5, and on his outside is going to be the number 33 of Nicholas Moffitt. That's the 76 of Dell Slides in 7th. Brandon Valentine's going to be on his outside. In the number 11 machine, the 40 of Charles. The 00 of Michael Durham. Luna Albright in 11th in that 4 machine. And on the outside is going to be Brandon Meyer in the 71. And that's going to round out your top 12 drivers here. As they get bunched up, stacked up right down the back straightaway. The pace car lights are off, as we're going to go green flag racing in the start zone on the trioval there next time around here. As Ty leads us in turn number 3. Again, that bottom lane is where you want to be at. entering the trial. The pace car has pulled off. As they go into the start zone, the green flag's going to wave as Ty Dixon's on the loud pedal. Tyler's going to sneak right down into the bottom groove, and as they go into turn number 1, that's going to be Tyler, and Abraham for your top 3. Followed by the 13 of Tyler Barnett on the bottom side. Here comes the 76 of Dale Slides, getting that bottom side going as well. Trying to get up there with his teammate in the 67. And here comes Tyler, the talent on the outside, pushed by Abraham in the 84. Here comes the 76 down low, giving Ty a good push. As the 13 of Tyler is going to come down with the 84 and the 29. And the closing laps here with Troy on the outside lane. Followed by the 33. And here comes the outside groove coming in with the being led by the number 19 of Troy. Being pushed by the 33 of Nicholas Moffitt as they go into turn number 1. As they come off turn number 2 down the back straightaway, that outside groove's getting pushed pretty good here and going to take charge down the back straightaway. As it's the 19, the 33, and the 71 currently as they go down to the bottom lane. We're going to have contact back there in the back and spinning out. I believe that was with the 84 of Abraham, if I'm not mistaken, as we stay under green. Troy is going to be leading the field. As we have 3 more laps remaining here. The 19, the 33, and the 12 are your top 3 drivers. Tyler the Talent is moved up into 3rd as soon as I say that. As the bottom side is trying to get a good push here. The field is being led by Troy in the 19 machine. As they go in turn 3, the bottom side's prevailing once again, and Troy's going to lag out right there. As the 29 goes up to the high side, he's trying to get pushed around here as we have 2 more laps remaining. And your season opener for Front Runner Racing League. As the Talent's going to get a good push into 1 by the 12 machine. He's going to try to get that side draft as well from the 19 as they come off turn number 2 and down the back straightaway. Tyler the Talent's going to take over the lead. And as soon as that happens, there's going to be contact right behind them, and the yellow flag is going to wave. We're going to go take another look at what happened right back there. And we should have a green-white checker finish here. If I can find what happened. See right there running the outside lane, the 12 got into it and caused the 13 and the 17 get collected. And 71, the 00 just barely missed it. And that's going to bring out another caution for tonight. As they catch up to the pace car, the field is going to be led by the number 19 of Troy. The 33 of Nicholas Moffitt is going to move into the 2nd position, and Tyler the Talent is going to be in the 3rd position. And for the YouTube chat over here, yes, I'm going to say now it's going to get wild on this restart, most likely as well, as it is going to be a green-white checker finish. And we're going to see if there's any drivers here in the infield care center. And I have Corey here from the infield care center, caught up in the previous wreck. And are you trying to get the car back out there and finish up this race, or you going to call it a night after that one?
No, I'm just calling it a night. There was a big checkup a couple laps after restart, and I got sent through the infield and through the pit lane, so I got a black flag. So I figured, with only 10 laps to go, it wasn't really worth trying to fight my way back through. So I decided to pull it in, take it to the garage, and just get ready for next week.
And hopefully next week is not infield care center; it's actually for the podium finish.
Oh yeah, that's the goal.
And sorry for the tough luck. Again, we'll catch you next week, man.
All right, thank you.
And we also have the number 13 of Tyler Barnett, who just was in this previous wreck here. Man, what kind of transpired right there?
I got kind of, I don't know. I jumped into 3 wide. I got a little bit scared on the back straight, and then I just really had nowhere to go. I just saw people start to run into each other. It was typical Daytona, though. You can't really escape it. I knew it was gonna happen. I don't really have much luck with super speedways. Had a lot of fun though. I hope I was doing the camera some justice, doing some crazy stuff. It felt like at some points, but I was hoping for a top 5, hoping to push Talent to the win because he's one of my buddies. Been racing him for a couple of years now, but yeah, Daytona not really my strong suit. Always end up getting caught in something or causing something. So on the next week, Wilkesboro should be a lot stronger. Short tracks and other tracks other than super speed pace is normally where I do pretty decent at. So looking forward to that. Happy that there's 2 drop weeks.
And those 2 drop weeks will help a lot there.
Oh yeah.
And speaking of the talent, he's currently sitting 3rd. He's still trying to get up there, and hopefully he finishes up there in the front. And sorry about your tough luck, man.
Yeah, no worries. Thank you. Thank you for broadcasting, by the way.
Yep, no problem at all. And next up we have Charles, who was caught up in that wreck in the 40 machine.
Yep. I hate it for the guys, in the Newberg Brewing Company Golden Ale car. Funny enough, my supervisor at work called me and it was a work emergency. So I picked up the phone and got hooked because I was weaving. So we were looking at 4th place there. So, it's unfortunate. But that's Daytona. I would have been my best finish. But it is what it is. I'd already used my fast repair. And then I was bobbing and weaving a little bit later and got caught up with Luna Albright. And went through the grass, and my day is done. So I'm just enjoying the finish here.
Yeah, that sucks that your day's done early. And hopefully, like I've told everyone else, you're in better luck next week and be over here for an interview for a podium finish.
Yeah, I'm hoping so. I've yet to do that ever outside of officials. But yeah, no, really strong group of racers here. I'm familiar with a bunch of them. There's a ton of talent, much less D-talent in this field. So it'll be good. I'm looking forward to the season.
Yes, sir. We'll hear from you next week, man, as we go green here. And we're green flag racing once again, as Troy's going to get a good jump on the outside and come back down to the bottom. Right in front of the 33 of Nicholas Moffitt. On the outside lane is going to be the 68 of Bobby Dennis, being pushed by the number 16 of Dustin, as Tyler, the talent, is going to be on the bottom side in the 3rd position here. As you have the 76 and the 67 on the outside trying to get that good jump and help push up. And we're going to have contact once again on the back straightaway right in front of the drivers that we just announced. And we're going to go take another look at what happened right there. As we go on board with Luna here. The 11 and the 0 got tangled up. The 84 ramped through there. And I believe that was the 84 or the 56 that got away. And we're going to try the green-white checker one more time here, I believe. And the field is now going to be led by Bobby Dennis, Dustin in the 16, and Troy in the 19. Nicholas Moffitt will be in 4th in the 33 machine, with Dell Slides in 5th, Ty Dickinson in 6th, and Tyler DeTalent in 7th. And followed by the number 71 of Brandon Meyer. And the field's still going to be led by the 68 of Bobby Dennis. Let's see the 12 car there getting the Lucky Dog Award and coming back around. And no one involved in that wreck is in the infield care center. There's a single file going down the back straightaway. Try to take a look at all these drivers. The 16 of Dustin's going to be sitting second. Troy in the 19 is in third. Ty Dickinson is in fourth. Tyler DeTalent in fifth. The 56 of Joshua in sixth. Peter Stewart in seventh. Followed by the number 11 of Brandon Valentine in eighth. Michael Durham in the double O will be ninth. And rounding out your top 10 is going to be Dale Slides. We're going to try to do the green-white checker here once again, as they're getting the rolled up green flag. The pace car lights are off. The field's going to stack up right behind Bobby Dennis here. And as they go down the back straightaway, we're going to give this one more shot with the green-white checker finish here. As the field's going to be led by Bobby Dennis in the 68, or on your screen will be the number 2 car. Coming around turn number 4. Pace car is going to dive in. We're going to get to that start zone, and we're green flag racing as the 16 tries to get a good jump on the outside. Going into turn number... Sorry, still on the tri-oval here. As they go down and enter turn number 1, they're going to be side by side. That's going to be Bobby. They were side by side momentarily as Troy's getting a good push, and Tyler Talent on the bottom side. And the 67 of Ty Dixon is going to move it down to the bottom as well and leave the 16 high and dry up there. As we're going to have some good pushing around here. The 29 is going to jump up to the high side. He's going to have contact with Bobby Dennis in the 68. Here comes the 16 down low. Your top 3 drivers are slicing and dicing. The 19 is still blinking out as they enter the tri-oval area here now in the front. And at the line, we're getting the white flag. Get the white flag, so we're going to stay green no matter what happens here now. As Tyler, 16 of Dustin, and the 68 of Bobby go 3 wide. We're going to make it 3 wide for the field. We're going to go 3 by 3 by 3 down the back straightaway. As the 76 going to get a good jump of Dell Slides. He's going to push the number 68 of Bobby Dennis. Bobby Dennis is going to come down low. Here comes Dell Slides on the outside as they go into turn number 3. We're going to have a crash behind the drivers. And the 56 is going to crash with Tyler the Talent. And we're going to go back up to the front here as it's going to be the 76 of Dell Slides late in the field, followed by the 0 of Michael Durham. And taking the win is going to be Dell Slides, Michael Durham, and Dustin in the 16 for your top 3. Ty Dixon is going to be 4th, and Bobby Dennis rounds out your top 5 for tonight's event. Again, all of these results are unofficial here on Right Rear Racing. If you want the official results, pay attention to the league Facebook page or somewhere like that, their Discord or something like that. And we also will post, if we get the official results, we will post the official results right here on Right Rear Racing Facebook page. And wait for your unofficial results. And again, we're going to hear from your top 3. And for your whole field results, it's going to look like this. And I don't know why it's not showing Dell. I think Dell might have been a few laps down. I don't know. Again, this is all your unofficial results. As I don't think that is correct. That as this is not correct here on your screen, I'm just going to read off what I see on my side here. And that's going to be Dell Slides, Michael Durham, Dustin Spatz, Ty Dixon, Bobby Dennis, Peter Stewart, Luna Albright, Joshua, Nicholas Moffitt, and Brandon Valentine for your top 10 finishers tonight. Oh, that makes sense there. And we're going to hear from your top 3, I guess. It's going to be Michael Durham, Dustin, and Ty Dixon, as Dell got black flag for doing his burnout there at the end. Just bear with me here as we get all the drivers here for your top 3 interview. And we're waiting on Ty to jump in as well. Bear with me 1 second, guys. We're gonna have the 16 driver of Dustin joining us here on the in the podium here. And Dustin, you got a copy?
Yes, sir. How are you?
I'm doing all right, man. That last lap there, it took a little while to get the green white checkers going, and then y'all just went through 3 by 3 by 3. Were you kind of having a pucker factor on that last lap, or kind of walk me through what was going through your head?
Well, I had my teammate up there, Bobby Dennis, and we kind of knew he was going to be cutting it close on fuel. So I was staying tucked up with him as long as I could. He finally called out. He was out of fuel. He was on the inside line, and I stayed behind him. I think maybe there I stayed behind him a little bit too long. But no, I mean, at one point we had 4.5 minutes worth of damage during this race, so leaving with a third place ain't bad.
And again, the third place, it could be, and everything right here right now is unofficial, as we don't know what's going to happen with the admin's decision.
Yeah, I heard it could potentially be second, so either way, it's a positive.
That's both of them works out in your favor because you're in the top 3, and getting the top 3 here tonight, that was kind of tough to do, it seemed like.
Oh yeah, very much so. There was quite a couple of situations where I thought I was out of the race, so to be able to get all my damage fixed and go out there and finish top 10, top 5, whatever it may be, was a positive.
Yes, sir, and congratulations on your third place finish. Do you have any family, friends, or sponsors that you'd like to give a shout out to?
Well, we got Humi Motorsports with Bobby Dennis and Brandon Myers. I'd like to thank them. We got I think we're going to be forced to be reckoned with this season. So I'd like to thank, the FRRL, you for broadcasting. It looks like the Sweet Tea Gang and Driftless Designs, any of the sponsors that are helping out with this league. I'd like to thank them as well.
Yes, sir. And again, congratulations on your top 3 finish tonight, and hopefully we catch you here next week.
All right, thank you, sir.
Yep, thank
Appreciate
you.
you broadcasting.
Yes, sir, no problem. And there you have it from Dustin. We're going to hear from your unofficial second place finisher of Michael Durham.
Good evening.
And Michael, do you got a copy?
Yes, sir.
Man, that was one hell of a race there. You were up there off and on throughout the whole race. Kind of walk us through your pit strategy and getting back up there to the front.
Well, we got involved in an early wreck, which set us back. I used a fast repair, and I was just trying to keep my nose clean and run with my teammate. And then it was just hectic. You know, we just up to the front, we'd fall back up to the front, and then we pitted, and luckily we pitted right and got in with the group. Was running good, and then I wouldn't even finished here if it wasn't for that first green light checker because I was losing the draft, which I'm kind of glad that caution came out, but kind of not glad for the race cars that got tore up.
And kind of like same kind of question I have for you, running that 3 wide there on that last green white checker. How was that?
It was nerve wracking. I knew Dale. He was running that, that 3 lane, and I was like, you know what, I want to try to get a chance. So I just was going right there with him and following. Luckily, it worked out for both of us, and it was just nerve wracking. Honestly, I wanted to finish good and get good team points and good points. Because Daytona, it's unexpected. You don't know where you're going to finish at.
Correct. You never know. You don't even have to pit you don't even have to qualify and make it all the way up to the front. Just avoid the wrecks, it seems like, because you know it's going to happen.
Oh yeah, heck, we both, me and my teammate, we qualified bad, and he was running good, and then he got took out, and I was like, it was a wild experience.
Yes, it was, and again, congratulations on your podium finish here tonight. And do you have any friends, family, or sponsors that you'd like to give a shout out to?
Well, I'd like to, my team, Old Dog Motorsports, Logan Perriman, we was pretty grouped up, and Michael Ponder Jr., he's like a second team. So we was just trying to all 3 group up and try to get a good result. And then, them 2 just had unfortunate. And I just like to thank my team and, go on to North Wilkesboro.
And hopefully less cautions and good side-by-side racing there.
Alrighty.
And hopefully we'll catch you next time. Or go ahead.
Yes, sir. I'd like to apologize to 11. I got too excited on that second green light checkered and wrecked him, so but I will apologize. I'll take accountability for that. That was my bad.
Yeah, I even heard you on the voice control or voice chat apologizing, and then you're saying it right here on this broadcast too. Man, I'll be honest with you, I see a lot of respect from this league with how all these drivers respect each other.
Yeah, a lot of people had some accountability and some didn't, and I just want to take accountability for my actions. I just got too excited and just gave them a wrong bump and turned them right there, and I really feel sorry and bad for that.
Yes, sir. I understand that 100%.
Alrighty, I'll see you at North Wilkesboro.
Yes, sir. Hopefully we catch you back here on the podium.
Alrighty, thank you.
Thank you, man. And there you have it, your unofficial second place finisher of Michael Durham. And now we're going to hear from Dustin Slides. And Dustin, do you got a copy, man?
You mean Dale?
Or Dale, sorry, Dale.
Yes, I was confused for a second.
I'm looking at two different things with D's, and I got all messed up. Sorry about that. It's Dale Slides and the 76 machine, man. How are you doing?
Oh, I'll be doing better once we get all this black flag business cleared up.
And that's going to be, again, that's the unofficial results here. the official results will be posted in the Discord most likely, and I will post them on my Facebook as well. But with all that out of the way, that was one hell of a race for you coming back, being in the 10th on that last green-white checker finish. Where'd you come from coming up there trying to
Yeah,
run that outside lane, or what? What was going on?
They kept stacking up, and the whole time it felt like it was 2 lane, but it was 2 lanes, but we were just far enough apart that somebody couldn't squeeze through the middle. And finally, I was like, I've got to get to the top. I'm not going to sit here and ride in the back. I don't like finishing 10th. Nobody does.
I know.
So we stuck it, and it kind of worked out for the better. And I think the boy below me in 3 and 4 run out of fuel, and that was just luck being on my side. And then all that luck went away when I did one donut after the race and got blacked. But yeah, just a lot of luck, and then a lot of just kind of let's hope for the best, and it worked out.
And if you go back and watch the broadcast, and you might have felt it in your car there, whenever you went to the outside, and I called it there, you were scraping the wall a little bit. Were you worried about hitting that wall and messing up your car or
I
any?
didn't feel it, and I really didn't feel uncomfortable. If I was hitting the wall, then I don't know.
Mm.
I guess I was just more focused on something else. But I didn't feel it. I may have been, but it didn't feel that way.
I get it 100%, man. And again, congratulations on your win tonight. And do you have
Yeah.
any friends, family, or sponsors that you'd like to give a shout out to?
Uh, Papa Mike's Promotions, 618 graphic, or I'm sorry, engraving and design. Ty Dickinson, especially. The dude come yesterday and was like, "Hey, you want to run this?" And I'm not an ARCA guy. I'm not an asphalt guy. And I was like, "That sounds kind of fun." So we did it, and here we are. H&L, Massey, all those guys over there are freaking awesome. So, yeah, all them and everybody else, you for putting it on. Yeah, it was fun. This is honestly, it was a long race for me, but it was a lot of fun.
Yes, sir. I agree with that as well. And you are also a driver for the Right Rear Racing team here for
Yeah,
the
yeah,
Front Runners Racing League.
sure, I knew that.
Just want to make sure that you give that
Yeah,
coachy there.
yeah. Right rear racing, broadcast. Yeah, hell yeah, yeah. Shout out to y'all too. Put me in good equipment, clearly.
Yes, sir. And hopefully we catch you again here on the podium next week as we go to, uh, everyone said it already, North Wilkesboro.
Oh, that'd be a lot of fun. I thought it was Richmond. Is it North Wilkesboro?
Yes, it's North Wilkesboro.
Sweet. Yeah, I'll have a lot of fun there.
Yes, sir.
Good deal, man. Well, I appreciate it.
Yes, sir.
And appreciate everybody for putting this thing on. That was a lot of fun. I'll be back next week.
Yes, sir. Hopefully, again, we get you up here on the podium.
Yeah, thank you, buddy.
Yep, thank you, man. And there you have it, your winner of Dell Slides. Again, I'm looking at the Dustin name. I'm almost called him Dustin once again. And we have Tyler DeTalent and the Infield Care Center. We're going to talk to him and do the closing remarks for tonight. And we have the 29 driver, Tyler DeTalent, here. Man, tough luck, tough break right there in 3 and 4. What kind of happened right there and transpired as we went back and watched it?
Yeah, just going back and looking at it. I was just trying to hold the bottom as much as I could. I knew it was, I don't know, 3 or 4 wide up there, and I think the 56 he was trying to follow the guy he'd been following, and he just wasn't clear and came down, and it just started a big reaction. But I mean, man, it's super speedway racing. It's the highest of highs and low of lows, really.
Yes, sir. And man, you can say highs, lows, lows. I watched you come from the back to the front, from the back or from the front to the back, and just kept going back and forth, and you kept grinding all night. So sorry for the heartbreak there.
Yeah, Yeah, I like this racing a lot. It's just fun. Sometimes you can control your own destiny, but sometimes you can't. And yeah, I felt like I had a really good shot there. Second to last restart. I know them guys were teammates in front of me, and they were wanting to do a teammate restart. I was just trying to push and go, and then lost a couple spots before that last caution, and it kind of set me back just a little bit. But yeah, I was just trying to make some moves. A lot of good communication from the guys, Tyler Barnett, Abraham, and Corey Harville, Peter Stewart, and all the guys that were in the chat tonight. Really, just we worked together really well. Tried to make the pit stop strategy under green flag work, and I think it really did. But yeah, it just wasn't meant to be.
And that's good that everyone was talking, communicating there. But like you said, it wasn't meant to be. And hopefully next week we actually hear from you in the broadcast booth instead of the infield care center.
Yeah, I actually won't be here next week, but yeah, I'm looking forward to next time I can run in this league, and yeah, try and keep putting on good shows for everybody watching.
Sir. And we'll hear from you next time, man.
Absolutely, appreciate it.
Yep. Have a good night, man.
You too. Thank you.
Yep. Thank you. And there you have Tyler the Talent there, and that's going to wrap up the event for tonight. As next week, your Front Runners Racing League goes to North Wilkesboro, followed by Richmond for the next 2 weeks of racing. Again, it's a 16-week series, and for Right Rear Racing, you will catch us live again on Thursday. We will not be broadcasting on Wednesday, as we are going to be running in the Real Promotions 305 Nationals tomorrow night, and hopefully we'll make it into the Wednesday night show. And with the Thursday night event will be with Dirt Series. Again, you can catch us live here at 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. Thank you for tuning in here on Right Rear Racing, and have a good night.
Checkered flag flying, it's the end of the show. From dirt to the blacktop, we let it all go. Burning rubber, slamming gears, making hearts race. If you miss the heat, catch the highlight, press play. Right rear racing, lights out, that's a wrap. From the front straight to the back, we attacked every lap. Don't blink, don't sleep, we'll be back in your feed with the throttle wide open and a need for speed. Drama, the thrill, the slide jobs and spins. Legends born in the booth and on tracks we win. Facebook, YouTube, hit subscribe and stay loud. We ain't slowing down, just saving it for the next round. Broadcast signed off, but the fire still burns. Catch us next time, where the story continues at full send. Joe Right Rear Racing, we out.